Alright, welcome everybody to another WFO race. This one's going to be the ARCA series, the Tuesday night ARCA series. I'm Bradley Cooper, filling in for Vern Bradley and Nation 01. We had a little hiatus for both those guys tonight. So I'm going to try to fill that void. We're at the new Wilkesboro Speedway. Well, the old Wilkesboro Speedway. It's revamped through iRacing, and this is a relatively new track for everybody. So no one really has an edge. This is a lot of these guys' first time racing this track. We're going to see some interesting short track methods, short pitting, fender rubbing. It's going to be a good race. So right now I'm trying to work with my overlays and get everything situated. If you guys could tell, I'm new to this software, so everything that you guys see on this track is kind of new to me and the way everything's working, but hopefully, if it works correctly, we'll be going through our grid here shortly. I think these guys are about 8 minutes till, so hopefully you guys can put up with me for the rest of the race. I have put up a couple streams on my own playing different games, but this is new to me on the YouTube side of things, so good to see Doreen Jackson, Shelly Bang in the chat, RD Nation. Car 00 carrying a special paint scheme for my biggest fan and girlfriend tonight. 00 Smoking Don Toyota Camry. So we'll check out that number 13. I'm sure we'll see it around the track tonight. The 00, I mean. Let's see what we got going on. I think Nation 01 was in Discord and he stepped out. I don't think he wanted to hang out with me tonight. Got Tim Hamlet up in the ARCA tower tonight. Nation 01 might be coming back. It looks like he jumped up in the tower with Tim, so maybe we can get him up here in the booth tonight. Looks like we got a 15 card field for the race this evening. And this is a relatively flat track, and it's sort of shaped like Phoenix in most aspects. It's got that back dog leg on the back stretch. But it's kind of a longer arch to everything. You never really pick up speed before you get to the final turn on this track. So it's going to be a little interesting to see who prevails. This is more like a New Hampshire style banking. Wide enough turns where you could probably run multi-groove if you have the right setup. But these guys are all in a fixed set. So it's just going to be who can run that line the cleanest, the fastest, and who can navigate traffic. Looks like Mike Buchanan has figured something out here, so he'll start on the pole this evening. So congratulations to that driver for putting down that was a pretty smooth lap time, actually. I'm waiting on green so I can get these final counts and I can tell you exactly where everybody's going to start tonight. I don't think I have a way to show grid. I looked through all of these overlays and I'm not seeing anything. Although it is pretty easy on my system, I preferred the other software that we were going to run. This is more of an overlay for a driver's perspective, not so much a broadcaster's, but it'll do the job for the night. And I think I'm going to play with some other overlays, see if we can integrate some of this into our OBS so it cleans up. $60 to the pole sitter if they can win the race tonight. So that's still going on. This is a chain of 6 races now that we've been adding $10 each week that it doesn't happen. And one of these weekends, somebody's going to do it. Maybe these guys are just holding off to make it a big cash prize. They're just pulling together, and whoever wins it's going to get $100. And I think by the end of the season, it could be $120. I believe that Nation is maybe stuck in the ARCA tower. Nation, I know you're in the broadcast, buddy. I know you watch it. So if you want to hop up in here with me, buddy, you're more than welcome to. Alright, so good luck to all these drivers getting around this place. This is a new track. I haven't turned any laps in this place. I'm probably going to regret it Wednesday. I know some guys hate it, some guys love it. We were talking with Hal Amy last night. He said that he hates this track, and he's a Pennsylvania native, so I mean, they haven't raced the Cup Series here since 1996. A lot of the track amenities, like paint lines and the pit stalls, things like that, aren't there. You've got basically your entry cone. There's no yellow line. There's really just lines that guide you from the wall, and it's inside pit wall. Other than that, this track is bare bones stock car racing back to the 70s and 80s. And this is when the track was built. I believe the track was built in 1970. Might have to look up the exact history, but this is the model of 1987 when the Cup Series raced here. This was prime season for them. They revamped the entire track from all the data they could technically gather from the state the track was in. They took all the sand traps and sand dunes off the track that were poured there to keep people from driving on it. And fact checker Sam Cleveland, good call, 150 actually. So we got an extra 3 races on top of how many I thought we had left. But once they got all of that cleaned up, and I do believe Dale Jr. was involved in some of this, they were able to go out, laser scan the track. I believe they had to re-grout some of the portions of the track that the asphalt had just fallen out. So they used some chip and seal to get as smooth of a surface as they could. And then plenty of photos. I mean, they had endless NASCAR footage. They could go back to that time, but all the reference footage and the buildings had to be reconstructed. It's just unreal. People that have been here say it looks identical to the day that they remember being there. So I'm excited to see a little bit of NASCAR heritage, a little nostalgia out on the track. And it's going to be kind of interesting to see these ARCA cars get around it too, because I'm not 100% sure that they had a setup for this track yet. Iceman Chassis Pole Award Bounty. The money isn't claimed before the finale. We will have a special announcement as to how the money will be given out. So you heard it there from RD Nation. That's going to be a special circumstance. Hopefully you guys can get a pole sitter to win the race, so we